I know you think this is a bash Tyler Herro video, and obviously yes, he was overrated. People called him untradeable, but this is not Herro hate. There are 4 main reasons the Heat are so bad right now. I mean, they were gonna take a step back from the finals, but no one predicted a lottery team. This video names all 4 reasons the Heat are struggling and says if they can realistically bounce back. Hey, it's Casey, welcome to AM Hoops. Hit subscribe for 5 videos per week, but a quick shout out to 2 of our newest members, Martin M and Brooke Tohans. Guys, thank you so much for joining. A link down below or just the join button right below this video if you want to become an AM Hoops member. Otherwise, it's all good. If you're a subscriber, you are entered to win the custom jersey, and of course, you always get 5 videos per week. Now, before we get into the top 4 reasons for Miami Heat's bad start, these are the ugly stats that make you go, ugh.
Things that make you go.
Last season, Miami was 7th on offense and 12th in defense. This year, near last in offense, barely average on defense. They turn the ball over almost 16% of their possessions, an NBA worst, near last in rebounds per game, and they allow about the most 3-point attempts in the league while making just 35% of their trays. Those numbers are the ugly what? But the why is explained in these 4 reasons. Number 4 is the short offseason. And I know the Lakers dealt with the same thing and they're awesome, but this has to be on the list of reasons for the Heat. No one expected them to go on that finals run. They must have been exhausted physically and emotionally. While the Lake Show is full of veterans with playoff runs besides Anthony Davis, the Heat leaned hard on young, inexperienced players. We all remember Jimmy Butler slunk over after giving his all. No wonder he's gotten injured early this season. Reason number 3, an imperfect roster. First, they lost Jay Crowder, who was on fire from 3 at times in the bubble. They also lost Derrick Jones Jr., who was good on defense. But the main issue with this roster is the 4. It is so bad, you'll look at this and go, Players next to Bam at the power forward spot have scored just 7.7 points per game, 34% from downtown, and awful 4.4 boards with just 10 total blocks. Clint Capella had that in 1 game. Miami's depth chart at power forward goes Kelly Olynyk, Andre Iguodala, Precious Achiuwa, KZ Okpala. Achiuwa may be good later on, but right now the Heat have maybe the worst power forward depth in the league. Reason number 2, yes, overperforming in the bubble. Tyler Herro and Duncan Robinson played above their heads because of the bubble. Some Heat fans hate to hear that, but it's true. No travel, no fans, a perfect environment for young players. Miami beat the Bucks and the Celtics using depth. Bam Adebayo's block on Jason Tatum, the Herro game, all big moments from inexperienced players. In a normal playoffs, those things do not happen. This year, Herro has taken a step back. His 3-point percentage is down from 39 to 33%. His turnovers are way up. Duncan Robinson, still a great shooter, but he's coming off an all-time season. We've also seen a dip from Goran Dragic. Look, weird things happened in the bubble, and the Heat benefited most. But the number 1 reason for their slow start is health. They went from good luck in the bubble to bad luck outside of it. Every key player besides Duncan Robinson and Bam Adebayo has missed a chunk of games. Injuries and COVID protocol means key talented players like Jimmy Butler and Avery Bradley have been out, which puts guys in position to fail. But it really hurts the Heat because of our big expectations. So with players in the wrong roles and a lot of talent missing, they have been sloppy with the ball, bad on both ends, and can't execute. Those are the 4 reasons, but to sum it up in 1 sentence, the Heat are hit by COVID and injuries, so they have to rely on young, overrated players after the shortest offseason ever. It's really as simple as that. I mean, before this year, Luka Doncic said, the team that stays the healthiest will probably win the 1 seed, and that's hurt his team and the Heat. So the question now is, will they rebound after they get healthy? I think the answer is yes. In fact, I think the Heat could be an Eastern Conference Finals team and maybe a Cinderella all the way to the finals again. Look, about 30% of the season is over, so I do predict this team lands anywhere from the 6th to the 8th seed. Their most likely first round opponents then would be the Sixers, the Bucks, the Nets, or the Celtics. Obviously, those are tough teams, but Miami matches up really well against all of them. Think about how much better the Heat will be come playoff time. Start with Jimmy Butler. Obviously, he was spent after the finals, and now they're just 6-5 with him on the court. As the season goes on, though, I expect him to be the old Jimmy Butler again. There are signs already, with 4 games over 20 points and a 30-piece on the Kings. The second reason I believe in the Heat is another leap by Bam Adebayo. This dude is a lock for the All-Star game. He brings it on defense as usual, but has evolved offensively. Adebayo is hitting a career high 47% from 3 to 10 feet from the basket and 48% from 10 to 16 feet. He's always had that mid-range game, but this year it is a legit weapon. Bam is great finishing in pick and roll. He's one of the best passing big men in the game. When they get healthy, come playoff time, Bam will show the world how far he's come again. And the last big bright spot actually is Tyler Herro. I know earlier I said he took a step back, but that's because the Heat have thrown him into the deep end and expected him to swim. They've started him out of position at point guard against NBA defenses. It hasn't always been pretty, and he was just moved back to the bench, but I think he's gonna take that challenge and end up a better player. So when I say, yes, the Heat can get back to the conference finals, maybe the finals, what I'm really saying is they have the pieces to get there. Jimmy Butler is still a star, Avery Bradley will improve their defense, Bam and Herro will be better come playoffs, and everyone improves in the right role. Then there's the wild card. What if Pat Riley gets impatient? What if they want to upgrade now and add a player? Well, I think these should be the main targets for the Heat. Thaddeus Young of the Bulls, Lauri Markkanen, and PJ Tucker, my long shot additions, LaMarcus Aldridge, Marvin Bagley III after his dad called out a trade on Twitter, Kyle Lowry, and yes, Bradley Beal. So I get it if Heat Nation is panicking right now because the team sucks, but there are legit reasons to feel hopeful. I mean, they're gonna be a lot better come playoff time, and you can never count out that front office to make a big move. So guys, these are 2 videos that I think are a good follow-up to this one. The first is a deeper dive on how the Heat are misusing Tyler Herro, and the second is the top 5 Bradley Beal trades because the Heat have the #1 package.